Words have the power to heal or destroy. A single sentence can change a person's fate. In an old African kingdom deep in the lands of the Mande people, there lived a powerful chief known as Sori. He ruled with wisdom and strength, but he was also known for his short temper. One day, a troubling dream disturbed his peace, and his reaction to its interpretation would teach him the greatest lesson of his life. One evening, after a great feast where the villagers celebrated a bountiful harvest, Chief Sori retired to his hut. That night, he had a strange and unsettling dream. In his vision, he saw a mighty baobab tree, the largest he had ever seen, its branches thick with ripe fruit. But as he watched, the fruits began falling one by one, rolling away into the dry earth, leaving only one single fruit hanging at the top. The chief awoke in a cold sweat. He sat up on his woven mat, trying to make sense of the dream. As a ruler, he believed that dreams carried messages from the ancestors. He needed answers. At sunrise, he summoned his diviners, elders, and soothsayers to the palace courtyard. The people gathered, whispering about what the dream could mean. The chief stood tall, his leopard skin robe draped over his shoulders. "I have had a dream," he announced. "A dream that troubles my heart. Tell me, wise ones, what does it mean?" The diviners huddled together, speaking in hushed tones. Finally, one elder, a man with a long white beard, stepped forward. His voice was steady as he spoke. "Great chief, your dream means that all your family members will pass away before you. You will be the last one standing." The words hung in the air like the smoke from the palace fires. A hush fell over the crowd. The chief's face darkened. His eyes burned with anger. He gripped his staff tightly. "You speak evil," he thundered. "You curse my family with death? Guards, take this man away." The guards seized the old elder, dragging him away despite his protests. "But my chief, I only speak the truth. The dream says what it says." But the chief would not listen. He turned to the rest of the gathering. "I will not accept such a dark prophecy," he declared. "Who among you can give me a better interpretation? A reward awaits the one who brings me good news." The next morning, as the sun rose over the red clay roofs of the village, an old griot arrived at the palace. Griots were respected storytellers, keepers of history and wisdom. This griot, known as Baba Karamoko, was famous across many kingdoms for his wise words. He was dressed in flowing robes, with kaura shells woven into his long beard, a sign of great knowledge. Baba Karamoko bowed deeply before the chief. "Oh, great one, I have heard of your troubling dream," he said. "I believe the ancestors have sent you a message of great fortune." The chief's eyebrows lifted. "You mean to say this dream is a blessing?" The griot nodded. "Indeed, my chief. Allow me to explain." He paused for a moment, looking around at the gathered villagers before speaking in a steady, melodic voice. "The great baobab you saw represents your family. Each fruit is a generation of your bloodline. One by one, they fall because time moves forward and the cycle of life continues. But the single fruit that remains, that is you, mighty chief." The chief leaned forward, listening intently. "Your dream does not speak of sorrow, but of long life. The spirits have blessed you with many years. You will live longer than all your kin. You will see your people through many seasons, and your name will be sung by griots for generations to come." A slow smile spread across the chief's face. He nodded. "Ah, so I am destined for a long and prosperous life? This is good news." The tension in the palace broke. Murmurs of relief spread among the people. The chief turned to his servants. "Bring gold, fine cloth, and cattle. This griot has given me wisdom, and wisdom must be rewarded." The griot accepted the gifts with gratitude but turned to look toward the prison hut where the old elder was being held. As Baba Karamoko left the palace, he stopped by the elder's cell. The old man sighed heavily. "I spoke the truth, yet I was punished," he said, shaking his head. Baba Karamoko smiled gently. "You did speak the truth, elder. But words are like the wind. Some winds blow harshly and knock over trees. Others bring the cool air that soothes the skin. A wise tongue does not change the truth, but it finds a way to make it easier to accept." The elder thought for a moment, then let out a soft chuckle. "You were right, Griot. I could have chosen my words more carefully." That evening, Chief Sori called for the elder to be released. "I have learned an important lesson today," he said. "The truth remains the truth, but how we speak it can shape the hearts of those who hear it." From that day forward, Chief Sori ruled not just with strength, but with wisdom. He learned to weigh his words before speaking, and he often called upon Baba Karamoko to teach his people the power of speech. And so, the kingdom flourished, not just in wealth, but in understanding. Words have power. The way you say something matters as much as what you say. In life, choose your words carefully, for they can open doors or close them forever. Words have power. The way you say something matters just as much as what you say. Words can build relationships or destroy them. Wisdom lies in delivery. A harsh truth can be softened with the right choice of words, making it easier for people to accept. Patience and understanding lead to better leadership. A great leader must listen carefully and control their emotions before making decisions. Perception shapes reality. The same message can be received differently based on how it is framed. Positive perspectives can turn difficult situations into opportunities.